Hello everyone, we're going to be doing lesson 6-4 today. My page number cut off, it's on page 337 if you're going to follow along in the book. Remember, you must be writing notes in your notebook. In your notebook, not your book. I'm not checking your book for notebook checks. So we're doing elimination using multiplication today. So we're still doing elimination. Remember, elimination means to get rid of, you're getting rid of something. So basically how this is going to work is we're going to multiply at least one of the equations by a constant to get two equations that have the same opposite terms, and then we can add like we learned in lesson 6-3 with elimination using addition. So it's only one additional step to what we've already learned. I'm going to go ahead and go start with example 1. So you have to inspect the problems first. You can't just start doing whatever you want to do. You got to inspect them first. So let's look at the coefficients for the first term. I've got a 10 and a 5. Can I make one of them match the other one? I can. I can make the second one match the first one because 5 times 2 is 10. But remember, you can't just multiply one, you've got to multiply all of them. So I'm going to actually rewrite the equations with the new equation. So let me just rewrite the first equation so that I have it down and ready. 10x plus 5y equals 30. Now I'm basically going to distribute this 2 into the entire equation to come up with my new second equation. 2 times 5x is 10x. 2 times negative 3y is negative 6y. And then 2 times negative 7 is going to be negative 14. And from here, whoa, hold on, I almost messed up. Remember, we're wanting to add, not subtract, because adding is easier. So if I add those right now, they're going to be 20. So I actually need to multiply by a negative 2, and that's going to flip all these signs. So 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. 2 times negative 3 is positive 6, and negative 2 times negative 7 is positive 14. So remember, we want these to be opposites and sames in order to add. So if they're not, one positive, one negative, you have to add that negative in there. I almost messed up. So I've got 10 plus negative 10 cancels out. 5 plus 6 is 11y, and then 30 plus 14 is going to be 44. Now we have the easy part. Divide by 11, divide by 11. Y equals 4. We got to plug it back in. Doesn't matter. You want to use one of these original equations. You can use this one, but it just feels like extra work, and if you messed this up, then the problem's wrong. So I just like to take one of the original equations, and I'm just going to pick the first one because that's what you guys do a lot of the times. So I've got 10x plus 5 times y is 4, and then equals 30. Start with my multiplication. 5 times 4 is 20. Bring everything else down. I'm going to subtract this 20 in order to get rid of it and try to get the x by itself. So I have 10x equals 30 minus 20 is 10. Oh, that's easy. Divide by 10, divide by 10, x equals 1. So here we go. Remember, you write them as an ordered pair, and x has to come first. So this is going to be 1, comma, 4. Okay, we're going to go on to the check. And you're going to pause this video and try the check on your own. Try on own first, please. The whole point of this is not to just copy. You got to try it on your own. Okay, so I'm going to look at these two and see which one. I can't multiply 4 to get anything with 13, but look at that 7. 7 times 2 is 14, so I'm going to multiply this bottom equation by 2. They're both positive, so I need to multiply this by a negative 2 to get them opposite so I can cancel it out. So let me rewrite. I've got 13x plus 14y equals 59. That one's staying the same. Distribute. Negative 2 times 4x is going to be negative 8x. Negative 2 times positive 7 is going to be negative 14y. And then negative 2 times 37, I don't know that by heart. is going to be negative 74. Okay, now we have same coefficient, opposite signs, so we can add. I've got 13 plus negative 8. That's going to be a 5x. 14 plus negative 14 cancels out. And now I have 59 plus negative 74. This is going to be a negative 15. Divide by 5, divide by 5. X equals negative 15 divided by 5 is going to be negative 3. So there's my x. In this case, this bottom equation looks easier to me because it's got more single-digit numbers, but it's up to you which one you want to use. I'm going to use the second equation this time. So I have 4 times my negative 3, because there's my x, plus 7y equals 37. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Bring everything else down. I'm going to add 12 because I need to get this y by itself. So I have 7y equals 49. And then 49 divided by 7 is 7. Remember, it's x comma y, so I have negative 3 comma 7. Okay? Now we're going to go on to example 2. In this one, they try to trick you. Okay? So let's look. Remember, I'm trying to find one equation that I can multiply to make them both the same. I can't multiply 3 by anything to make it 2, or 2 by anything to make it 3. Same thing with 3 and 4. I can't do that. So in this case, I actually have to multiply both of them by something. So I'm just going to take a look at the first one because they already have opposite signs. I can multiply 3 by the 2, so I'm going to multiply this whole equation by 2. And I can multiply 2 by the 3, so I'm going to multiply this whole equation by 3. So I'm multiplying them by each other. You can check it. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 2 is 6, and this one's going to be a negative 6. So you have to multiply both of these in order to get one set that's going to be the same and opposite. So let's go ahead and do that. 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times 4y is 8y. And then 2 times negative 22 is going to be negative 44. So there's the first one done. Now we got to do the second one. 3 times negative 2x is going to be negative 6x. There's our opposite sames. 3 times positive 3 is going to be positive 9y. And then 3 times negative 8 is going to be negative 24. I have my positive same coefficient, so I can add. 6 plus negative 6 cancels out. 8 plus 9 is 17y. And then negative 44 plus negative 24 is negative 68. Now I have to divide by 17. I can't do that one in my head. So 68 divided by 17. This is going to be negative 4. So y equals negative 4. So there's my first one. And now I got to plug it in. And again, what if you made a mistake here? I always go back to the original equations. Plus, these are a little smaller. I'm going to go ahead and take the first one. So I have 3x plus 4 times y is negative 4 equals negative 22. 4 times 4 is 16, negative 16. Bring everything else down. I need to move that 16, so I'm going to add 16, add 16. 3x equals 6, negative 6. Sorry. Divide by 3, x equals negative 2. So I have x first, negative 2, comma, negative 4. Negative 2, comma, negative 4. There we go. You know what comes next. After example comes a check. So pause the video, look at it, try to figure out which one you want to get to be the same coefficient, opposite signs. Same coefficient, opposite signs. So I'm a little weird. I like 11s. So I'm probably going to do this one. You could do this one already because they're already opposites. So you could do 9 times 6 and 6 times 9. But I'm going to go ahead and do this one, and I'm going to use a negative on one of them. Okay, so I'm going to actually do negative 3 up here, and I'm going to do positive 11 down here. If you did this one, your work's going to look different than mine, but you should come out with the same answer in the end. Okay, so negative 3 times 11 is going to be negative 33x. Negative 3 times negative 6 is going to be positive 18y. And then negative 3 times 25 is going to be negative 75. Now I'm going to do my 11, my second equation. 11 times 3x is 33x. 11 times 9y is 99y. And 11 times 60, I just don't want to mess it up. Yeah, 660. So there we go. We probably have some bigger numbers doing it this way, and you should get the same thing as me when we're done. Okay? So negative, positive, same, cancel. Now I have 18 plus 99, and that's going to be 117y. And then I have negative 75 plus 660, and that's going to be 585. And this isn't all that hard because you've got calculators to help you. I'm going to divide by my 117. So I've got 585 divided by 117. That's going to be 5. So y equals 5. See? Easy peasy. Now when I look at this one, I think the second equation is probably a little easier, so I'm going to go with the second equation. So I have 3x plus 9 times 5 equals 60. 9 times 5 is 45. Bring everything else down. I'm going to subtract 45. Subtract 45. So I have 15 and 3x. I'm going to divide by 3, divide by 3. X equals 5. So both of them are 5 for this one. So I should have 5, 5 as my answer for the check. Okay, that's the end of this video. Now look at the board and see what you're supposed to do for your next rotation.